people, it's Rickita. I'm back with another video. So I want to talk to you guys about effective debt repayment strategies for a positive credit impact. So if you guys have debt on credit cards, I want to teach you guys how you guys can line up those different credit cards to start paying them faster, pay less money in interest, and then also start seeing a great increase in your credit score. Now, the great thing about this method is it's already been out there. It's already been out there. It's 2 different ways, or let me say 3 different ways you can go about it. And you can do it all at your own pace. So please go ahead and, at your own pace. If you have any questions, please go ahead and put them down in the comments, and let's get right on into it, because it's a lot that I want to talk about and I don't want it to be a very long video for you all. Now, I already showed you all these different credit cards, and I showed you how a client can use my utilization sheets to pay down their credit cards. But I changed the different numbers here, so I want to go ahead and redo all of these with you. Now, I want to show you guys the first method, which is the debt snowball method. A lot of people already seen this method before, but I want to show you all, how to do it all over again if you haven't. So here's all the different debts here. These are all the different credit card debts. We got it right from Credit Karma. So I want to show you the first method, which is the debt snowball method, where you line them up from least to greatest, and then you do the one that has the lowest balance first. So the first one I think we should do is that green dot, because it's $698 balance on that one. So that's really the smallest balance we have. So let's go ahead and copy this green dot one and put that right here where you see number 2. So that balance is $698. So right now the current utilization is 98%. They rounded it because it's a 7 there. They rounded to 100%. To see a great increase, I suggest them bring this balance down to $350 minimum, to see a great increase. But we're going to do the debt snowball method, and you can do this however you can, okay? So we're going to just put these in least to greatest, and then I'll tell you the different options. So that's the first one. The next one that we want to put in, this one is 980. This one is 848. So we're going to put this GS Bank in there. So let's go ahead and copy that one. And then again, that one was $848. So where it says balance, we're going to put $848. And then the next one is going to be this Open Sky. So let's go ahead and get the Open Sky. Copy the Open Sky, put that there. And with that one, that balance for Open Sky is $980. Okay, perfect. Now let's go ahead and see what else we have. So I think we're going to be over 1,000 now. So this Apple is at 1763, and I think that's the next one. So Apple at 1763. Let's go ahead. Oh, we don't even have Apple on here. 1763, and then let's see what that limit is. It's a $2,000 limit. That's a $2,000 limit. And then also, let's see what's next. This one is 2,200, 27, 25. I think the 22 is going to be next. So this Chase one is 2261 with a $3,000 limit. Okay. 2267, I think it was. Yeah, 2261. So you want to do the same thing. And I have this here, this utilization sheet, so you can start tracking where your utilization is out on your own, which ones you want to pay. I have this available for you guys. So go ahead and look down below in the description, and then you'll see my account where I have all the different things that I have. You can purchase it there, and you can start doing this on your own. So that's the utilization sheet. You can definitely check it out. We put the Chase on there. Now we're at 27 and 25. Let's put Discover 2508, 2508. And this one is actually over the limit because it's only a $2,500 card. So that one needs to be paid down immediately because they're charging more money for that. Next, we have the Navy Federal 2757. Navy Federal 2757. 2757. Okay, perfect. And then is there any more? We got Wells Fargo at 42.47. I think that's our last one. Wells Fargo 42.47. Hopefully I didn't miss any. If I miss some, that's okay, you guys. You know, you can fill it in. 42.47. Okay, perfect. So now we have all the different balances here. We can act like these are the actual due dates. That was just an example, but we can't act like they are the due dates. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you pay the minimum balance on all these different credit cards. Now, as you pay the minimum balance, hopefully the utilization is going to drop. Now, one thing I don't think I should have to point out, but I'm going to point out is when you pay off these credit cards, if your goal is to pay them off, do not use them again, because as you use them again, you're going to mess up your balance and your utilization and stuff like that again. So please, as you pay them down, um, please make sure that you don't use them again. Now, when you pay your first one, say we're going to have that green dot when you're going to pay the minimum balance on all of them. Anything that you have left over in cash, you want to make sure you put all that money towards the green dot. So um let's act like you have $400 left over. So you're going to put that money towards your green dot. So let's change the balance on this one to 690. I mean 298. Because you paid $200 on that one. Okay, let's just play like you paid that, and then let's just take out the last little digits on this. It's like, you know, let's round them down basically. So this is going to turn into 800. You paid the minimum balance. This one's going to turn into 900. You paid the minimum balance. This one's going to turn into 700. You paid the minimum balance. This is going to turn into 2200. This one is going to turn into, let's just put 2450. This one is going to turn into 2700, and this one is going to turn into 4200. That's not always the case because you're paying interest on it, but this is just an example. So now you can see all your balances went down, your utilization on a lot of these accounts went down too, and it's actually helping you. So now what you want to do the next month, you want to pay them a minimum balance on all these credit cards, okay? So you want to pay the minimum balance on all of them again, but this time you have $400 left over again. So just to make this easy, let's act like the minimum balance on this one was $98. So you was already going to pay that. So let's take this down to 200. Let's take this down to 750. Let's take this down to 850. This is just the minimum balance, you guys. We're just paying the minimum balance first, and then we're going to see how much money we have left over after working or picking up the extra job. You know, that's how you'll know how much money you'll have left over. And if you have debt, you guys, please take an extra job. Do whatever you can to bring in extra income, because that's going to help you all out a lot. If you're broke, you need to be at work. And that's just being truthful. Now, you have an extra $400 left over. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you put that towards this green dot one. And then whatever's left, you're going to put it towards that next debt. So we're going to pay off this one. So it's going to turn into 0. And then we have $200 left over. So this one's going to turn into 550. So that's perfect. Now let's put right here on the side. Let's just put minimum. So let's act like the minimum balance already was on here, $50, right? So now the next month, what you want to do is you want to pay the minimum balance again on all of your credit cards. So let's pay the minimum again. This turns into 500. This turns into 800. This turns into 1600. This one turns into 2100. This one turns into 3500. Well, nope, 25. Nope, let me go back. I messed up now. 2300, 2350. This one is going to turn into 2600, and then this one is going to turn into 4100. But now you had a minimum amount left over from that green dot. You're going to automatically put that on your next one. So that one's going to go into 450. Not only did you put that on your next one, you still had that $400 that you had left over them last 2 months. You still had left over again this month. That's money you have left over because you're making meals at home now. You're not eating out so much. You're, doing a lot more activities at home. You're not overbuying, overspending. So you have $400 left over again. So this one is going to turn into 50 now. And then you're going to have to just leave all of these the same because that's all the money you had. So now we're going into a new month and we're going to pay the minimum balance on all of our credit cards. Now, we're going into a scenario where it's just you paying a minimum balance, whatever you have left over, you're snowballing whatever you have left over to the next debt. Okay, so we're not still spending our credit cards. We can see our utilization going down, which is really good. We already have one credit card paid off, which is really good. We're about to pay off that next one this month, so now it's time to pay our minimum balance again. So this one is going to turn into 60 because we act like it's just a $50 minimum balance. Each one is going to be different though, you guys. And then, so, this is just an example. This one's going to turn into $750. This one is going to turn into $1550. This one is going to turn into $2050. And then this one right here is going to turn into $2300. This one right here is going to turn into $2550. This one is going to turn into $4050. Okay. So now we paid the minimum balance, but we still have that $50 left over from that first one. So we want to put that right here on our next debt because the GS Bank is already paid off. So we're going to put that on this debt, which is really good. Now, this one is paid off now. It's paid off this month. So we're not going to roll that one over because we use it to pay it off. Now, what we want to do is we have $400 left over again this month. So we want to put that on this debt here. So now this one is going to go and turn into $300. So now you can see your utilization, your current utilization overall is 34%, which is really, really good. Now, we still have a long way to go, but you can see every month us paying down an extra amount, we're getting very far. So now it's time for us to pay our minimum balance. This is my last example of this. Now it's time for us to pay our minimum balance again, which is $50 per month. So this one is going to turn into $250. This one is going to turn into $1,500. This one is going to turn into $2,000. This one is going to turn into $2,250. This one is going to turn into $2,500. This one is going to turn into $4,000. Now we have two credit cards that's paid off. We want to still act like we're paying those credit cards. So we're going to take this $100 and put that on this debt, because it's extra money that we would have had to spend anyway. We were used to already paying it. So you're going to put that on that debt. Now this month we have $400 left over again. So we're going to put $150 towards this one, which is going to turn into $0 now. And then also for this one, we have $250 left over. So we're going to bring this one down also. So this one is going to turn into $1,250. So that's how you're going to do it. And you're going to keep doing this every month. And I think that probably after a year or a little over a year, you'll have all of these paid off. Now, it was just an example for extra $400 per month. Just imagine if you guys picked up Uber once a week, made an extra $200 a week. That's $800 a month. You can have this stuff knocked out even faster. But that's how you can bring the balance down. As you bring the balance down to these credit cards, you're going to see your utilization go down and your credit score going down. Your credit score going up every month. So that was just one method. Another method is you find out which one had I would say the highest utilization, and you pay them down that way. So pay the minimum balance, minimum balance, minimum balance. Anything extra, you put it towards the one with the highest utilization. But as you're paying them down and you put a big thing on them, the utilization is going to start changing. So you see this one, this is the one we'll put extra $400 on. But look, as we put an extra $400 on that one, as you can see, that one is going to go down to 77. The next month we put extra $400 on this one, it's going to go down to $2,100. So that's what you're going to do. And then the next one, which is 90%, which we should have put extra on that one first. If we put extra $400 on that one is going to go to $1,850. And that one at 94%. And then now we're going to see the one that has the highest utilization still. And now is the one right here, which is 77%. We're going to put extra $400 on this one. We're going to continue to pay the minimum balance every month, you guys. We're just paying the extra $400 is not going in order anymore for the balance. It's actually going in order in terms of your percentage. So you're going to put it on this one here. So for this one right here, we're going to pay the extra $400 on this one. It's going to bring us down to $3,150. Wait, was it $3,150? No, this is going to just go down to $3,100. Glad I caught that. And then now the one with the highest utilization is going to be this Discover one. This one is going to go down to $1,450. Can you see how that's working? And now our your utilization just going down like crazy, which means your credit score is going up like crazy. The debt snowball is is designed to give you those hits in terms of, yay, I'm paying off debt. But when you're credit motivated, trust me, when you pay down these balances like this, you're going to be so happy. You're going to see, oh my gosh, my credit score went up 20 points this month, 40 points this month, 50 points. That's what's going to keep you motivated, okay? And that's what's going to keep you happy. Also, this one right here, we pay extra $400 on this one. It's going to get you to $1,700. And you can see the balance is going down. The utilization is going down, which is good. I really want the utilization to never be over 50%. Anything over 50%, it's hurting you so much. I would love for you to have it at 5%, but that's not always ideal. So I tell people that this is another way that you can actually do it. Now, the last way people like to do it is they like to do it in terms of interest. So they like to just put them in order. Which one is charging me the most interest? I'm going to pay that down first because they're charging me the most. So I want to pay those down first. So those are different ways that you can actually do it. I hope this video was helpful. I know it's very helpful because I had somebody recently ask me, hey, Rickita, do you help with debt? And I don't. But this is a great way that you help yourself with your debt. Line up your debts and pay them off. But if you want to get the greatest credit score increase, line them up and then you put that extra money towards the ones that have the highest interest rate. You're still going to see that debt go down. And as a credit card is paid off, take that minimum balance and still roll it over. Okay. You have to roll it over to your other debts. You can still do like a snowball kind of thing, and you can roll it over to your other debts. And if you want to, you can actually go ahead and organize the ones on this list. Now, this is no, you know what? Let me not even say that. Let me not tell you do that, because I don't want you to mess up that chart with the calculations. And if you mess it up, I just don't want it to be to the point where you can't fix it. So let me actually see if it's going to work first before I just say something about it, because it still will help. So if we was to actually ask them just to sort out the D, that's it, the current percentage, just sort these ones, sort them A to Z. Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that, you guys. Let me see if we can lock this one. I don't know how to lock this one here to make it stay, but let me see if you can just sort these A to Z. Delete, hide. No, you can't do that, but you can actually sort them yourself. But you can just keep them like this too, you guys, in order if you want to. Just keep them in order. You know where to put them at. Look right here and see which one is the greatest, and then put the money on that one. But hopefully this was helpful, you guys. I know it is, though. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.